Okay, today is Wednesday, day before Thanksgiving. It is November 24th. I'm here early afternoon. Not gonna have too much time here because we're going out to eat with friends later, but we got some stuff that we wanna do. And we have new toys today. So this is awesome. I'll run you through kind of what we did here. First thing right here is this is the Google Nest Cam with floodlight. We have a little floodlight over our garage that is just older, and we're gonna replace it with this thing. So it's like the light, and then it has a little camera there. We'll talk about that when we get to that. I don't know when we're gonna install that yet. We got this Nest Learning thermostat to replace our, this is actually a really good purchase because we had two thermostats and we're hopefully gonna replace it just with this one. And it's smart, so that's awesome. We've been putting in a lot of work with the HVAC. We have obviously radiator or boiler heat, and then we have the air handler that we're working upstairs on, so it's kind of like a weird two-parter system, but I think that little guy right there will do the trick and make it cool as hell. And then in the back here, we have a laminate cutter, 13-inch laminate cutter. You cut laminate and apparently fiber, cement siding and stuff, but we're gonna use it for the vinyl. I've seen people use it. It works great. We also have a replacement blade here because the way you couldn't literally just buy the thing. It was like in kind of like bundled or whatever, but I'm excited for that because I broke Mo's little tile cutter thing, and I feel bad about that, but this one is pretty sick. So I'm excited to use that. It's definitely gonna speed up the process when we get to the flooring here very soon. And yeah, excited about that. And then Amanda, one of these black and white dishes here from Corel, which I feel like that's just like a really solid, cheap and affordable brand of dishes because they don't break. They're made out of something else. I don't know. But yeah, so, well, I don't want to say they don't break, but apparently they're pretty durable. But yeah, so we got two of these, two little 8-pack things or something. It's very confusing because this doesn't look like it's big enough to have all the stuff in it, but I think they package dishes and cups and stuff really efficiently in that industry. So yeah, very excited with the stuff we got going on here. Not exactly sure if we're gonna be installing any of this today. Probably not this thermostat. I'm probably gonna break open that laminate cutter, vinyl cutter, whatever. Could try the Nest Cam, but the problem with the Nest Cam is we have these switches that I've mentioned in the last vlog that control the light that we're gonna be putting it on. And I don't want it, I want it to be always hot, always on, so that's a dad project there. But we're probably going to come back in here and try to paint or at least move some of this stuff. Wow, that looks night and day difference. Look at that. That is fucking sick. Oh, this place is gonna look so good. So we're probably gonna paint more in here or try to at least clean that off and kind of keep moving here because we need to make sure we're prepped here for this weekend's fun-filled activities. At least 2 good days of work probably coming up here with more people involved. So excited about that, and yeah, let's get to work here. Let's play around, see what we can do. Okay, so I assembled the Norske towel and vinyl cutter and all that, and I'll have a link for this in the description if you want to check her out. But she's pretty cool, pretty easy to assemble. Literally, it just came in a couple pieces, and you screw in some screws down here in the back, and then screw in those handle screws. Really self-explanatory and very nice. Now, one quick thing I'll mention is they have an extended version where it gives you this is about 2 feet here of length, and they have one that pulls out and you get 4 feet of working length. But I figure these planks are 4 feet, and it was more expensive obviously, so I could just set something here if I really need to. But I think most of the cuts are going to be fine with this just a smaller, platform here. But this is the maiden cut, and I really hope nothing goes crazy here. I'm gonna set the camera up, and this is just a scrap piece. I'm not doing this right now, but let me see here if I can get a good angle. It's just a small little guy. So let's see here. Let's see how this goes. In theory, this is really simple and it isn't gonna hurt me. So I just have a small little piece. I'm gonna go in like this. I'm gonna hold it right here, and I'm gonna cut it. Jesus. Oh, well, that was extremely easy. Okay. All right. Well, Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. Look at that. That wasn't, like, I wasn't even forceful. I probably looked like I was forceful there, but that's amazing. Look at that. Great purchase. 10 out of 10. I'll let you know when I actually do more flooring, but so far, terrific. Put in a little bit of work here. Let's talk about it. Lighting is not good on this side of the room, but you can kind of see, let me just get a light, why not? You can kind of see like where we're at. Still haven't reached the ugly spot there, but we did come a little further with the old, ceiling painting. I don't know, it looks kind of shitty to me on this, but it's actually not bad. And I really I was on the ladder. I wasn't using the long pole thing to do it. I was on the ladder and I was up there really making sure that I don't have to go over the ceiling again, because that sucks ass. So, we're approaching here, but I kind of stopped on the ceiling. I went and I moved some more stuff out of here, moved it around. I got this, can't see it, maybe I'll throw a picture on or whatever, but this thing sitting on the ground is like a projector screen from I don't even know how long ago. It's very vintage. I'm gonna try to sell that. But moved over here, tried to clean up the floor a little bit just so I don't have less dust, clean up there's a hole under there. You can kind of see that where we were playing around with that wire. I really hate that thing in the wall, and it's definitely coming out, but I said yesterday I think that it was coming out soon, but I still hope it comes out soon, but it's just gonna be a pain in the ass, so we'll update on that. But I started painting, obviously more to the left here and around that thing. And I just kind of wanted to, I didn't really want to necessarily show it, but I can't stand this idea of textured surfaces. It is just so goddamn aggravating to have a textured wall like this and have to clean it and paint it, because it is very difficult to clean and paint. Because, luckily, thank God, we bought this sponge thing, because without this, there's no way I would have been able to kind of clean it down. But textured surfaces are just terrible. Just put a fucking flat wall and a flat ceiling. I don't know. Rest assured, no house that we ever own is ever going to be is going to have textured surfaces. But we'll do what we can here. So I take that scrub thing and I kind of scrub down the walls and everything like that. And it's not even a lot of dirt or anything. It's just in the fucking thing. It's in the paint, it's in the little grooves and everything. So it's extremely difficult to deal with. And I want to make sure it's clean before we paint it. So yeah, I've kind of just done it section by section a little bit and tried to make it as good as possible and then throw some paint on there. But yeah, I'm probably going to get maybe this section real quick done, and then I got to get out of here. I don't even know if I have enough time to do that. But we're moving, we're grooving. Per usual. And yeah, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so maybe I'll be here later in the day or something. But I'm excited. I'm honestly going to try to lay some floor here, probably absolutely latest, obviously next week, beginning of next week, this maybe late this weekend or something, because I think we can do it. I think we can start in that, in the office there. The only trouble is that I should probably have the doors on, so I know. So but it doesn't really matter, because if it doesn't fit, then I have to take them off and cut them anyway. But I don't know, we'll figure it out. We're gonna hit that deadline. I'm gonna hit that fucking deadline of December 14th to have this room done enough to put the furniture in here. I'm gonna hit that deadline, so that's where we're at. Alrighty, today is November 25th. It's actually Thanksgiving, 11 p.m. It's been a long day. I've eaten a lot of food, and I just got here maybe about an hour ago, and there was a couple things that I wanted to kind of take into consideration and try to make some decisions on. So I'm gonna share those with you, and then I'm gonna probably continue painting and trying to do some stuff, because we still need work. We still have work to do. Okay, so the first thing actually was in Amanda's room, but we'll get to that in a second because I'm already in the living room here. And let me step over all of my flooring here, okay? So here's our big wall, right? And I will put some links in the description for what I used to tell you what I'm about to do. But one of the first things was, this is our big wall. If we turn to the left here, this is where our couch is gonna be. You've seen from the renders. Our sectional is going to go over here. So this is about, you know, I mean, it's hard to see in a video, like to tell you how far away this is, but this is about like somewhere between 9.5 and 10.5 feet. You know, the width of the room is about 11 feet. So, you know, give or take. There is going to be a TV right on that wall, a big TV with a sound bar underneath it. And what I wanted to do was, because tomorrow is obviously Black Friday, I'm not going to be shopping, I'm going to be working here, but there's great deals going on, and I feel like I should probably consider like what TV we're going to buy, because there's always, you know, good deals on that type of shit. So I've had this TV in the wish list on Amazon for a long time. We're going with Vizio. I know Vizio. I've had Vizios for a long time. They're solid, in my opinion. There's probably maybe other things, but they're also really affordable. And there's a couple key features that I want, and the biggest one is making sure that Chromecast is built in, because I always am streaming from my phone or from, you know, my laptop or whatever, and it's just a beautiful thing to not have to deal with like wires and all that shit. Bottom line though is I've had this thing in my wish list on Amazon, our house wish list, for a while, and it was a 70-inch M series, the MQ7. I'll leave links in the description and everything, like I said. But I wanted to make sure that it was like the right size, you know, because I've never thought about strategically how big a TV should be, because you could definitely get like too big or too small of a TV for a space. And there's a 70, I think there's a 65, 70, and 75 inch. So I have this calculator again. I'll you know, link it up in the description. And it basically, you just basically put in the distance, and then it tells you like how big the TV should be. So they said between like 9.5 feet and 10.5 feet. Roughly is around like 70. So you should do that if you're looking for a TV and trying to figure out the distance and stuff like that and the size of it. But that's what we're gonna go with. We'll talk about that more as that transpires, but it's gonna be a 70-inch TV on this wall right here. It's big, I measured it. It's like 61 inches wide. It takes up a good bit of that wall. So that'll be cool. The other thing that I did was I tried to calculate for the lights. Now this is gonna be extremely difficult for me to kind of show you, but I'll just try to go over here in this general area. Now, obviously, I still need to paint the ceiling and everything, but given the dimensions of this room, there's another calculator. I'll put in the link, I'll link in the description. This room is roughly 21 by 11, so like 21 feet by 11 feet, and they say to do 6 lights. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do 6 recessed lights, and it even shows you like how exactly to place them. Roughly, it's like, you know, kind of just 2 in the first third, 2 in the middle, you know, and kind of just like how it's all divided and stuff like that. 2, basically, you know, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, right in the middle, and then, you know, you break the halves, the 2 halves of the room into quarters, I guess, or just half them again. Doesn't really matter. Again, maybe I'll put it on the screen or whatever, but excited about that, because then that means now I have to figure out what kind of lights I definitely want. This is terrible lighting here because there's a light right in my face, sorry. But I got to figure out what exact lights we want, because that's been a hell of a thing so far trying to figure that out. Can't tell. I still haven't made a decision whether we're going to do like smart switches or smart lights, or how we're going to do that, because like I keep going back and forth as to whether or not I'm going to want to change the color temperature of the lights, like with smart devices and such. I don't know if it matters. I don't know if it's necessary in every room. And so I'll make a decision, but we know how many, we know the layout, just need to pick the lights and decide on the lights and the switches and stuff like that. But that's pretty soon. The other thing, I'm gonna go into Amanda's old room, into the office, and we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do there. All right, so we're at the edge of the office here. Obviously it has the bed in it right now, just because we haven't moved it over into the bedroom, because obviously we're not done. But the layout here, again, from the renders, is gonna be Amanda's desk right on this corner, you know, wall, this little inlet thing, you know, it's going to go right there. Closets over there. I was actually thinking about the rest of this layout. I'll address that in a second, but the first thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to measure this area here so Amanda knows how big of a desk to get, and it's roughly like, you know, 4 feet-ish by 2 feet would probably be the best there. So I just shot her those things, and hopefully she can find a nice little desk for herself that fits that. Now here is where I actually stood here, and I was like, God damn, because I was measuring this desk area and I was measuring the rest of this room. Original plan was bed on this wall, my twin bed on this wall, and that's for like if I have to sleep over here, because Amanda, you know, we're gonna have Minnie, the cat here, and I've never had a pet, so we're gonna have a bed here. Also, if like my sister or anybody ever like needs to stay over or something, but Twin bed over here. And then I was going to have a little nightstand thing that I have from my room at my parents' house right next to it. And then my desk was going to go over here on this one. It's a pretty big standing desk. It's like 70 inches. Now, I don't know if that's going to work anymore because I was looking at like where this desk is going to come off the wall and like where this bed would come. And I don't know how big of a, space we'll have. Imagine this bed isn't here. I don't know how much of a space walkway we're going to have to come into this closet. Probably wouldn't be the end of the world, but it's, it's something that I want to kind of look at and make sure that it's not going to, make sure that it's going to work. So the alternate plan is the nightstand here and then the bed on that wall and then the desk kind of over here on this wall as well. I don't know if that's going to work because of the way that the desk is, how big the desk is, how long the bed is. I think it will work. I just don't know which way is ultimately going to be the best, but we'll figure that out when the time comes. But I did look at that and I had to just kind of run that back because I wasn't exactly sure if that was going to be, if that layout was going to work. However, that is kind of where I'm at with all that. We have a very large amount of stuff to do tomorrow. My dad's coming, my uncle's coming, my mom's coming. We're gonna work on a return. I'll show you it all tomorrow because I'm just gonna try to like do some painting here and then go to sleep because that's probably only gonna start at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And it's already 11 p.m. So I'm going to do some work, but then we're going to try to do some HVAC stuff. We're probably going to try to run some Ethernet cable tomorrow because we got a bunch of places that we need to have that in here, obviously, if we're going to do all the things we want to do with the technology and everything. And we're also going to look at that AC eyesore unit thing in the living room. Bunch of stuff. It'll be very interesting, very exciting. But for now, I'm just going to try to do some more little work here because everything just takes a long time, but it's really starting to come together. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to love it, and I'm very excited for what's to come here. So I don't know if I'm going to film another clip tonight, but I'm going to get to work. All right, it's almost 2:30 in the morning. I'm about ready to go to sleep, but I will just do a quick update here. So lighting is obviously a little wonky. Sorry as usual, but here we have it. We're really close. I would say we're about 90% done in this living room with the painting. Obviously touch up still, and well, actually I lied because I didn't do any more of the ceiling, but that's just a shit show right there. I still got to figure out what the hell I'm gonna do there. But regardless of that, we had not nearly as much of this wall done, and now we have more around the trim and stuff. We're gonna work on that. So we did all of that there. We actually started the trim around the front door there. We started the trim around the closet door. We did all of that, like, the kind of the edges and these little areas around these two doors. This was kind of already done, but still, we got a lot of trim and stuff to do. If we look over here at this wall, entering the kitchen here where that old mirror used to be, held up with adhesive and stuff that I sanded off, I tried to patch that up a little bit with some of that paint, patch and paint stuff, and I think I did an okay job, but it's probably gonna need more or something. I'm gonna have to try to play around with that because it's definitely not perfect, and the swirls are gonna look like shit because they're gone, obviously, because they're sanded off. But that's not really super important right now. One random thing I'm gonna talk about is I have this doorbell cover. That's just the chime there, but I have this doorbell cover sitting over here. And I was trying to find a replacement because that thing's obviously yellow and ugly. I was just trying to find like a white one. And I thought I found one, but I'm not sure if it's gonna fit because apparently that's something that's difficult to find, and I don't fully understand that. Couldn't find many of them. Couldn't find like a model number or replacement part. I was looking for a little bit, but I couldn't really find anything great. So hopefully I could find something or just paint that one. Just something white. It doesn't need to be anything crazy. The ones I was looking at literally costed $10, but again, I wasn't confident that they were gonna fit because it's pretty far off the wall. It's like almost 2 inches. Anyway, not a big deal right now. But as far as other stuff, what I did was I kind of tried to clear some of this stuff out of the way. I moved it sort of into the middle-ish. of the room because tomorrow when I wake up, well, later today, I guess in the morning of today, in about 8 hours, my dad's gonna be here, and what we're gonna try to do is that return up there right above, the TV wall and everything that I've cleared out here. We're gonna make this bigger, and we're gonna stick a return in there. I think it's actually this one right here, this big like 12 by 14 thing, because that was the only return in this room from my understanding, and there was a supply over there and a supply over there, so that wasn't like getting enough return air back into the system, which he thinks might have been part of the issue, just the lack of, I don't know, efficiency and air conditioning or whatever in here. Anyway, we're gonna cut a bigger hole, and we're maybe gonna put that in. So yeah, I just wanted to keep this kind of open over here. But other than that, I'm tired and I'm gonna go to sleep, I think. So we shall see what tomorrow holds, but I'm excited. One last thing actually I wanted to mention is that tomorrow, like we're working tomorrow, I'll update you, Friday, working on the HVAC stuff and all that stuff with my dad. But on Saturday, I should be here, but Amanda's parents and her will also be here, and we're gonna be doing some more painting and probably do a lot of this touch-up work and probably get into the kitchen as well. And then hopefully next week we lay the floor. So looking forward to just making more progress and hopefully finishing up the painting potentially this weekend. So we shall see. But I will talk to you soon. Okay, so it is Friday, Black Friday, November 26th, I believe. But anyway, today we absolutely went to war. I slept here last night, as you saw the last clip. I was up till 2 in the morning working on painting and doing all sorts of stuff. And I slept here. That was after Thanksgiving feast and everything like that. Slept here, woke up, did a little bit of work, and then my dad got here, and then a little bit later my mom and my uncle got here. We just absolutely crushed some shit. Again, extreme kudos, thanks, and gratefulness and appreciativeness to them, because they just helped out so much today. I'm gonna show you everything that we did, and we just absolutely just massacred shit. Really, really productive day, and things that we can actually see. Sometimes in the past we've done things that are like internal, in the walls and stuff, but like today was a big day, not gonna lie. So, and we're just gonna keep on keeping on. So, one thing at a time. Let's just kind of fly through a couple things, and we'll talk about them. And I definitely have some clips and stuff like that I can throw in just here and there, at least with like 1 or 2 things that we did. But because I didn't film obviously throughout the day, it is currently like 8 o'clock or something, and I'm gonna do some more work, and I'm gonna sleep here again, and then we're gonna do some like painting and stuff with Amanda's parents and stuff tomorrow. But let me show you a couple things that we did. We're at the base of the attic here, and you can see that that's pretty damn bright. I will climb up these steps and show you what we're kind of working with now. So we have a light over there that was on that switch. We got this light here that we had to rethread. That's what we actually did today. We had to like rethread the little screw hole there. And then there's 2 more down there. They're bright white, like daylight bulbs. Just EcoSense bulbs. I'll put a link in the description. They're like 75 watt equivalent stuff from Home Depot. Solid. 4 of them. This is 4 of them, and they make this whole thing up here very bright. That's very exciting, because it's cool to have nice lighting in your attic when you're looking for stuff, if you store things or whatever. So we're excited about that. Also, we have the outlet there. We talked about that, but we already had that. So that was pretty much all we did in the attic. We were up here a little bit for some other things, but we didn't really do too much else. And yeah, I'll kind of talk about that as we go through. So let's check out the other things we did. So me and my dad, like I mentioned, were here first, and there's this thing here, and I think I might have talked about this. I can't really remember, but there's a return here now. It's like a bigger return. It used to be just the regular size, whatever return thing is. But this is like a 12 by 14 because we needed some more air in there. I'm almost positive I did say something about this, but I could be wrong. And all we did was we just kind of cut it out, made it a little bit, you know, bigger and obviously better to fit that in there. And then we were in the attic, like I said, a little bit to kind of like finagle it in, but we cut it out. I used the oscillating tool, which is a great tool. You should check that out. And then we just kind of taped it because it's not fully hooked up yet, but we needed this. And we just cut it out and we screwed it. I screwed it into the, you know, the sides there, and that looks fantastic. It's gonna look real great with a white grill over it. What else do we do? My mom cleaned off the little doorbell thing because I was looking, I'm almost positive I talked about that last night. She cleaned that off. It looks better. It's not white, so I don't know, you know, kind of superficial when it comes to the aesthetic of this place, but you know, we'll see what happens there. We did some more stuff downstairs. Here's our thing is, I kind of want to talk about this at length, so I'm going to kind of turn the camera around and show you something different first. But me and my dad were downstairs and we were trying to get the kind of the stuff set up for the Ethernet, right? We're going to have Ethernet around the house, a bunch of different places. I'll put the network diagram maybe on the screen here now, and I'll talk about it more at length because that's like kind of a, I don't know, just like another thing that we'd like to check out. I don't think I think the lighting in that, lighting's getting messed up there with that, that work light over there. But I'll talk about the wiring and stuff. There's not too much to show, but I'll try to lay it out or something like that because we're trying to get it from downstairs all the way up into the attic and then over into the back closet and kind of like work from there to get it into other places. We kind of have the path laid, so we're gonna run that Ethernet cable probably next time my dad's here. But let's just talk about this because this is like the big thing. If you've been following, you know that we had this big ass air conditioning unit in the thing over here and now it's not there. So I want to get this light out of the way because I kind of want to show it a little bit better. And there we go. So obviously it actually looks worse on camera than it does in person. But it looks fantastic. And it is so much better than what we had there. My Uncle Gino, shout out to him, absolutely crushed this. All four of us really, we were working on getting this out of there. It was a pain in the ass. I have some pictures, some clips and stuff like that I'll layer through here and everything. I have the actual video of it falling out of the outside of the window because we ended up pushing it out of there.
Okay. Hold on.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way now. If he just hits the left side, it'll come right out. Get out of the way.
What's that down? Ooh, watch out.
Woohoo!
Close to that window, man.
Hello. Nice.
Huh? Well, that's a wrap for today.
Great success. Rip. So that's awesome that I got to capture that. But yeah, I mean, if you know what this looked like even yesterday, you know, there was a big thing right here, big AC unit. There was a hole right there because that was the 220 thing that we ended up, you know, knocking out and not using because it went into there and we just pulled the wire down and did all that other stuff the other day. And then down here, there was a huge hole that we were working on as well. And yeah, my Uncle Gino, like, he's a patch master. So we kind of framed it up a little bit more with boards inside, and then we, you know, used some mud and drywall to just patch it up. Now, it's not fully complete, obviously. We got to swirl it and stuff like that, try to get it to match and paint it, obviously. But I don't even care because this is, again, the lighting is terrible. I apologize, but you get the point. Like, that's amazing that it is gone. It is just absolutely gone. It's actually right out in our front yard right now. I probably can't see out there. Yep, that's just light on the camera, so yeah, it's out there. Oh, yeah, you can kind of see maybe the shadow of it. But yeah, it's out there. I don't know what to say. It's just I'm super happy. I'm super happy that is gone because that was a pain in the ass and a very big eyesore, and I was talking about that for a long time. And that's absolutely cool that we got the opportunity and we all, you know, just crushed that today together. So I'm happy about it. Again, super appreciative to everybody that helped in that effort. So I should also mention that right now the outside isn't necessarily done. We didn't like brick up the outside or anything. We just kind of put a board over it. Hopefully we can get that taken care of here soon, but it's insulated and everything like that. And obviously on the inside it looks, you know, we're getting there as well. But that's awesome. Super happy about that. That's a big thing off the checklist there. And I think that's kind of it. We drilled some holes, like I said, for the Ethernet stuff downstairs, but there's not like too much to kind of show there. We're still working on that. I'll talk more about the networking and all that as we move forward. As far as like what I'm going to try to do the rest of the night, maybe I'll show some clips of and do things, is I just need to kind of clean up. I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of a mess down here from everything we were kind of working on here. Just like dusty and all sorts of shit. And then the other thing is, if we're going to try to paint some stuff, this room definitely needs kind of repainted, at least certain spots of it. The ceiling's not done, all that sort of shit. You know, I should probably try to get some of this out of the way. A couple actual quick things. I don't know if I talked about them before, but I have almost made up my mind. I'm going to talk to Amanda a little bit, but I'm not sure if she has like a real opinion either way on this. The quarter round and the baseboard down here, I think that I might just get rid of all the quarter round and just try to go baseboard. I'm going to have to double check to see like how, you know, wide this baseboard is, but I don't know. I think ultimately we're going to get rid of the quarter round just because it's less shit for me to do. Because then I'd have to paint the quarter round, I have to put it back on. You know, we're painting the baseboards already. I don't know. Because in all the other rooms, I've just taken the quarter round off and then painted the baseboards and just left the baseboards on there. And then we would put the floor and then we'd put the quarter round on. And I don't know. I just think that it's going to be, I think it's going to be better that way if I just take the quarter round out of the equation. But I'm not exactly sure. I'm kind of like wishy-washy on that. But I don't know. We'll see there. I haven't fully made up the mind. But the other thing is my uncle also patched this little hole over here where the old thermostat was. So that is awesome. Oh, I don't know if I said this. I might have said this. I might have not said this. I took the door off of the pantry here. Just because, again, we're finishing up the painting and everything. And I just like taking doors off when we get to that point. Kind of move some shit. Maybe it's not really an important thing, but I would really like to change some receptacles. Because I have shit everywhere now. And just trying to kind of, you know, get it a little bit more cohesive and all sorts of stuff. But that's where we're at. You know, we're working. I think we're in good shape. I really do. I think that, you know, today was a hell of a day. Did a lot of work. And I'm going to try to kind of clean up. And then tomorrow we can hit it again with some painting. You know, Amanda's parents said like they want to even paint in here in the, they think we got to paint in there and in here, in the kitchen here. So I'm down. I got to move some more stuff around if that's the plan. But we are definitely moving in the right direction. All right, so here's the deal. It's like 10 o'clock. And since the last clip, I went to Home Depot and I got 2 more gallons of paint. And I got a couple more Ethernet jacks and some mud for the walls and stuff that we're still gonna have some stuff to do. And I'm just pretty tired. You know, I woke up like 8 or so or whatever and pretty much worked the entire day, you know, with everyone here. So I'm pretty tired. And normally I try to push myself when I'm here because I just want to get done and like working in the night and stuff. But I'm sleeping here again. I'm gonna wake up, and I think sometime in the late morning or so, Amanda and, you know, her parents are gonna come and we're gonna do some painting and things. So I think what I'm gonna do is go to sleep, because generally when I feel tired, I want to go to sleep because I know that I'll go to sleep, get a good amount of, I'm just wasting time. Like if I stay awake, I'm just wasting time. I kind of cleaned up a little bit in the living room, but not much. Just kind of swept up some dirt and things. And I think my best, this is just a bit of advice, you know, take it or leave it or whatever. But I just feel like when you're tired and you have the opportunity to like manipulate your schedule a little bit, if you can go to sleep and then like 8 hours later do the work instead of just like trying to fuck around for like an hour or two doing just bad, being extremely inefficient, I think that's normally the way to go, is to, you know, put it off until you're rested. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'll get up for a second because I want to kind of show this. When I wake up, I'm going to tackle this whole thing. I'm going to definitely make a lot more room in here. So we can maneuver around this room and make sure that we can paint, what needs painted, and, hit the ceiling probably and stuff like that. And, just make it way easier to move around in here. Even though the basement is absolutely destroyed as well. There's all sorts of shit everywhere. And there's shit in the kitchen here. So, but my main goal is, I think the big places we're gonna be working in is this living room here, and then into the kitchen as well. So I'm gonna try to get both of these areas somewhat clean when I wake up in the morning. And then we will paint and such. So, good night. I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is Saturday, November 27th. I'm here at the house, slept here last night, obviously. And I went to bed. Before I went to bed, I made the clip and I said, hey, I'm gonna go to sleep because I know that myself, I just work better when I'm rested. And I was 100% right, as usual, with that when I think that way, like I said. So, woke up, I don't even know what time, 7:30, 8 o'clock, just kind of, it might not look super different, but trust me, there's a lot of shit out of here. I mean, it just looks like this because the floors can't really be moved anywhere else. But I have all the paint stuff lined up there, a little bit more flooring or whatever over there, and some sanding stuff, screens that I took out of this. But I took a lot of shit out of here, drywall and all sorts of stuff we were working with yesterday. Moved it basically downstairs because that's kind of our, our inventory space or whatever. Took the blinds off that window, took the blinds off that window, and we're just gonna go crazy as soon as Amanda and her parents get here with the painting and everything. We're just gonna go nuts. So the one last couple things that I wanna kind of do here, I'm gonna touch up some other stuff and kind of think about some other things, for the next hour or two as well. But I am 99% confident we're just going to throw this cord around in the trash and just go with a baseboard option instead, because I really think, one, I'm just extremely tired of looking at it. I don't think it's going to look great when I put it back on. I'm not even sure if the baseboards are going to look great, but I'd rather just have one piece on the wall rather than two, because I'm an interior designer only to a certain degree, and I'm not really sure if that adds or subtracts from, the home in a sense. But I just feel like it's going to be a little less work, especially because most of the baseboards are already painted. So if we pull them off, even if we mess them up a little bit, we can just kind of touch them up, I think. It's not going to be a great, experience, I'm sure, but I think it's the best option at this point, because now I'm just going to because in here, I had to rip up, a couple of the baseboards to kind of do some of the other, interior wall work that we were trying to do. And I'm like, might as well just take the rest off, especially in here, and then paint and everything we have to do, and then paint them, throw the cord around away, and then we'll just go kind of backtrack on the baseboard stuff. And then, so you would just, instead of leaving the baseboards on and putting the flooring up to the baseboard and then putting the cord around on, you just put the flooring up to the, basically the plaster here, or, leave a little gap, obviously, and then put the baseboard over it. I think that's going to be the better plan. So that is my plan. I'm going to try to take some more of that stuff off of there, that strip on that side. Probably throw all this cord around away, and so that's kind of where we're at right now. We got this beautiful thing over here. No more air conditioning units, so that's fantastic. Random thing, I had to go on a search and rescue mission this morning because I couldn't find my little magnetic adapter thing that's in my bit set, and then one of my straight bits, and I knew that I used it outside to take some screws out of that thing, that air conditioning unit, and sure enough, it was out there in the weeds. I don't know how. I don't know how it fell out of the drill, but yeah. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get back to work here. There's a guy taking the thing. He's taking it. That is very heavy. There's no way he's getting that in that car. It's extremely heavy. He might ring the doorbell and ask me for help. I don't even think it's gonna fit in his car then. Maybe I should go help him. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah, I'll go help him. Update, went out there, helped him. He took it. Awesome. Should probably get this stuff too. But we'll deal with that later. It's later in the evening now, like 7 o'clock, I think. And 2 days back to back absolutely annihilated this house, man. Yesterday was my family, today was Amanda's. Again, extreme gratitude to everyone involved. Thank you all so much. Couldn't have done it without you here. Definitely speeds up the process having more people involved in a project. I'm gonna have to remember that moving forward. And this place is just looking absolutely phenomenal. So let's take a quick tour here because I know I don't have much time left on this memory card. But this is what we got. So we're in the living room here, and I don't have many words, honestly. This is looking great. The doors are painted over here. This is a closet door, inside, outside, all that. Got to hit in the closet still, but we got this door. That I didn't even think of painting that door, and Amanda's mom just went ham on it and painted it. That was genius. I mean, it was already a white, but it wasn't this white, obviously. I didn't even think of that, and it looks fantastic. So that's awesome. There's the little what's it called, the little doorbell thing there. Amanda went over everything again with the roller, like on the walls. Amanda's stepdad hit the trim on the windows there, and then over here looks fantastic. Also brought up an interesting idea about the little things yesterday, the little casement roller thingies here. Not sure if we're gonna paint these white or black or get new ones or something. Got to figure that out. I'm not exactly sure what that all entails, but maybe a black paint or something. I don't know, but looking fantastic, looking absolutely fantastic. I finished the ceiling. I can't remember when the last clip I did, but I did the ceiling like earlier in the morning. Looks pretty good. Maybe a couple touch-ups here and there, but it is white in here. I'll tell you what, it is very white in here. We got to get the radiator still. Maybe hit the baseboards there. I got to pull off some of the cord around and stuff, but we're getting lesser on here and everything. I also hit a little bit of the trim. Oops, kicked the thing. I also hit a little bit of the trim on the pantry doors here. And then also Amanda and her mom also cleaned all inside the kitchen here. So, we're all set there. Obviously, all of the blinds are now removed, so I really need to buy some shades because people can probably see me in here filming myself. That's kind of funny, but I don't care. Anyway, so we did all that. I think I had a little bit of the trim like in the hallway. There was just a couple of things because I was in this position earlier and I was like, they were all painting and I was like, what do I do? And I was thinking, well, the next logical step, I was thinking about painting the kitchen, but doesn't make a lot of sense because we want to make sure that these other rooms are finished because on the 14th of December, there's going to be furniture, literally a big ass couch right here and a chair over there. And we wanted to make sure that we got that, we got it done in here. And, that's pretty important. So I was like, I'm not going to paint the kitchen right now. It doesn't make sense to do that right now. So I was like, maybe we should start laying some floor. Maybe. And if you were looking real closely earlier in this clip, you can see that there's some boxes that are, not full. And then you can see all this shit over here. And like that was like that, obviously, but the little, look at this. Look at this. Holy shit. Excuse that radiator thing not being on there, but look at this. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at this. Look at that. This is amazing. It's just like the renders. It's literally just like the renders. It looks fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. In retrospect, I mean, you know, maybe we could have went with more colors, like a grays and stuff like that, but I really don't care because this is amazing. I'm so ecstatic about this floor against this white walls and stuff. And it's going to look even good because the other thing we're not seeing too, I mean, we kind of see it now because it's dark outside, but with a shade, it would look pretty good. I don't know. I think I brought that up to Amanda, like some gray shades or like some gray accent pieces here and there. I don't think she was really down with that, but our couch is like a dark gray too, so I don't know. It's gonna look great. I'm just so excited. We got the floor. We got the floor in here. Mo and I laid the hell out of this thing. It's nice, looking good, looking fresh. So, and just a couple little quick update things. So we got to right here, and you know I got to notch out kind of around that thing and make a little small piece, cut long ways, and then get into the closet here. And I didn't want to get into the closet yet because we have a little hole down there, and we have a little hole up there, and we got to do some wire running through the wall there and all that, but for Ethernet and such. But I'm excited about this. One thing I want to do is I want to make sure that door is gonna kind of fit on there and everything. Maybe touch up some more paint and stuff on like doors and such, but we are looking absolutely fantastic in here. Look at this floor. That looks fantastic. That looks so cool. I'm excited about it. Really came out nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing some work at my desk right over here at some point. Got to see a lot of other things. The only thing I'm looking at here is there's a transition here. Thought about kind of going into the bathroom here with the floor, but I don't know about just yet. Maybe sometime in the future. I'm not sure. We'll have to see kind of how it all goes. But yeah, that's where we're at. A lot of good stuff. We're gonna replace that thing. The Nest thermostat. It's gonna be pretty cool. That's all I got for you right now. Amanda is coming back pretty soon here, and we have to potentially lay some more floor, but I don't know. I gotta clean up a bunch of stuff. There's like obviously paint and boxes and everything everywhere. So I'm gonna clean some stuff up. We'll tell you if we do anything else, but this is a huge, 2 huge days of immense progress. So thank you very much, everybody that has helped.